presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Sports Now.
It's a beautiful Memorial Day Monday here at Turner Field in Atlanta. Plenty of red, white, and blue on display as we welcome the San Diego Padres to town for Game 1 of a 3-game series. All year long, Atlanta Braves baseball on Sports South is being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the right stuff, and the low price. Welcome back to Braves Country, everybody. Chip and Joe with you this afternoon from Turner Field. Bravos took 2 out of 3 from the Cincinnati Reds, and Jair Jurgens was a big reason last night.
Well, he continues to pitch great baseball, maybe the best stretch of his major league career, because he's healthy again. And you see only 2 walks in his 8 innings last night, 9 straight quality starts for Jair. And the 2 walks, I think, are instrumental in his success. The fact that he's been hitting both sides of the plate, he's not pitching down the middle, changing speeds, pitching brilliantly. And today, he hands those reins over to Tim Hudson, who in 10 starts is 4-4. Now, this is the first start for Tim in 10 days. You might remember he had a back ailment and lower back strain after his last start in Anaheim. But he says he's feeling 100% again, and no reason to think that lower back strain will bother him today.
He's facing a San Diego Padres ball club that has an awful time at the plate. That's a trend Tim hopes will continue as Atlanta looks to keep the good times rolling. The Braves have won their last 2. They try to make it a 3-game winning streak as they face Buddy Black and his San Diego Padres in just a moment. Sports and Outdoors, by AT&T Uverse, by Delta Airlines, and by Ford. Big crowd filing in on this Memorial Day Monday in Atlanta. It is a hot and sticky afternoon. Temperatures should be in the low 90s by the time we finish things up here at Turner Field. And Atlanta welcomes a hot San Diego club. Padres have won their last 2. and have a couple of new names, partner, in that lineup. Blake Ticati and Logan Forsythe, two youngsters we didn't see when these two teams met on the West Coast.
Well, I think their approach is that we're not scoring any runs. How worse off can we be if we call up a couple of guys from the minor leagues, and that's what they've done. So we'll get our first looks at them today. And they'll go against Tim Hudson, who makes his 11th start of the year. He does have a complete game and a shutout to his credit this year. The opponent's only hitting .229 against him. But check out his numbers against the Padres in his career. 8 starts, he's 5-0 with a 3.5 ERA. And as we just said, it's been 10 days since he's pitched. Might be a little rusty in the early going, but he says his back feels just fine. His 4 keys to pitching success today, well, he is back in action. And let's hope that his back holds up and he can give the Braves a few innings tonight and meet and greet those new Padres. He's going to be pitching to some of these guys for the first time ever.
And Eric Patterson, the leadoff man for San Diego, is ready to go. Patterson hitting .174, as you see. 1 hit and 3 tries in his career against Tim Hudson.
Braves lost the first game out in San Diego in 13 innings on a Ryan Ludwig home run, but won the next 2 games 8-2 and 7-0. They really beat up on San Diego pitching after that.
Ball 3 outside to Patterson, 3 balls and a strike. Bud Black's club can really pitch, but they really struggle to hit. Patterson a little early. Now we'll look at a 3-2 count. Dan Bellino, by the way, the balls and strikes umpire today.
I think I might have already tossed my bat away, too. Pitch was borderline, but just a late call. Patterson's back home. He's out of Harrison High School out in Cobb County.
And Douglas surrounded it, but couldn't smother it. Eric Patterson, the 6th different man to lead off a game for San Diego, leads off today's with a single to right.
This ball just had eyes trying to run away from Dan. He tried to, as you said, corral it, just knock it down and then throw him out, but couldn't glove it.
There you see the rest of the umpiring crew for game 1 of the series. And here's Alberto Gonzalez. Fans might remember him from the Nationals. Runner goes, good jump, pitch a strike, throw late. And Patterson with his 7th steal, that adds to the Padres' major league leading stolen base total.
Yeah, when they do get on, they don't hesitate, they run. Huge lead. Didn't draw a throw. Tim went to the plate, and really Ryan McCann, not a bad throw at all, but had no chance.
So 53 steals for San Diego this year. Gonzalez down a strike.
And this is the way they have to play. They don't have a middle of the lineup that they can rely on to hit a lot of home runs for them. They've got some guys with power, but really Ludwig right now the only threat. He's got 8. So they've got to get, when they do get guys on, run, hit and run, bunt, steal, whatever they've got to do to try to manufacture even single runs to put something across.
It's kind of ironic. The man in the batter's box, A. Gonzalez, but not Adrian. He's playing for the Red Sox now, and that's a big absence in the middle of the San Diego lineup.
Nor is it Alex Gonzalez, who's in the lineup for the Braves. So
exactly right.
Not to be confused.
Or the manager, of course. That's F. Gonzalez.
Yeah. I'm glad you caught that.
Georgia grad, you know. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Hudson fires a pickoff play into center field, and Patterson will move up on a throwing error.
Braves have been making some errors lately, which has been unusual for this team, but That's the third one in this homestand charged to a pitcher.
So now with nobody out, Braves are going to play the infield in for Gonzalez. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Tim Hudson, a ground ball pitcher. See if they can cut off this early run rather than concede it.
Line to short. From one Gonzalez to the other, one could say. And now here is Ludwig. Another area partner where the Padres have had one other reason why they've had trouble scoring. They don't make a lot of consistent contact. This team strikes out a lot. And Ludwig, no exception. Infield still in. Brooks Conrad. Throw to first. Freeman, the peg to the plate, not in time. And Patterson, on a delayed play from third, comes home to give San Diego a 1-0 lead.
That doesn't happen very often with the infield in, but if you're going to do it, if you're going to go, this is the guy to go on from third base because it's a longer throw and because you can kind of creep down the line. You see where the third baseman is to go field the ball. He doesn't have to worry about getting picked off here. Timed it perfectly, and Freddie has to rush his throw.
So San Diego has scored first. Here's Brad Hopp. When we saw Brad Hopp, he was as low as you could be at the plate. An .098 average. A good month has him sitting at .240 right now.
Good low ball hitter. Tim's a sinker ball pitcher. Kind of figured he would come out and just, again, be a little bit rusty, get his bearings going today after missing a start. And of course the error contributed here mightily, but even release points, he's been throwing a side session in the bullpen. His back's feeling just fine, but even aside from missing a start, first innings have given him problems in the past.
He's 1 strike away from ending this San Diego first inning. Now Hopp, a 3 ball, 2 strike count.
You mentioned the heat too, Chip, and the humidity. It's going to be a good day if you can have quick innings too. Get your team off the field.
Dan got to that one. And 17 pitches for Hudson in his first inning. Padres scored first. Braves take aim at Aaron Harang.
Test.
And Harang, you heard Ron Gant and Fred Hickman talk about Chipper Jones getting the day off. Brooks Conrad bats 8th and plays third base. But what a job Jordan Schaefer has done since taking over the leadoff duties for the Braves.
He's done exactly what they asked him to do. The Braves today will go against big Aaron Harang, 32 years old, 6'7", 260, out of San Diego and San Diego State University.
What exactly Schaefer has done is get on base.
4 keys to success for Aaron Harang today. He got beat earlier in this year. First loss of the year was handed to him by the Braves when they hit him for 8 earned runs, which tied his career high for runs allowed. And he's got to keep his slider in the ballpark. He's allowed 7 home runs, and all of the homers came in about a 4-start patch that started with Atlanta and that loss back on April 26th.
What you don't see on that line for Schaefer is runs scored. He scored 4 times in his first 5 games with the big league club since coming up from Gwinnett. And we talked about it a lot too at the end of the road trip. His threat of speed is almost as big a weapon as his speed itself.
As is the case with any team that has people that can run, puts pressure on the defense. Harang's fastball is fairly straight, but he's 6'7", so he comes over the top and it's got good tilt to it, but he's got to hit corners. Got a good slider and a changeup. Like I said, you got to keep the slider in the ballpark, but mostly he's got to establish the fastball to both sides of the plate. After that rough stretch he was in for 4 starts, he's pitched real good his last 2 games. 15 innings pitched, only 1 earned run over those 2 starts.
Good battle with Schaefer here in the Braves first. And we'll see his 9th pitch to start the game. We'll see how the Southern Californians handle some of this southern heat and humidity today. A leadoff walk.
What you want to see from your leadoff guy is somebody will go up there and battle and work and make you throw strikes.
That's Jordan's 5th walk as well for the Atlanta club. Here's last night's hero, Martin Prado, 7 home runs. 7th most RBIs in the National League now with 32 of them. Differences between the Braves and Padres is the running game. We mentioned how much San Diego likes to run. The Braves have 9 stolen bases as a team so far this year.
Here's the game winner last night, what turned out to be the game winner. So he can do that. You just saw him foul one off over behind the Braves dugout because he's trying to hit the other way and maybe set up a 1st and 3rd situation, take advantage of the hole on the right side. He's just very special. And continues to get better and better and better.
You like him better leading off or hitting second?
Toss of the coin. Either way, as long as he's playing, I'm happy.
Yeah, you won't get much argument in Braves country about that, will you?
No.
To the right side, hop to second for one. And a close play at first. The ball was dropped. Prado might have beaten it anyway. We'll have to take another look. 1 on, 1 out.
Yeah, we never got a call from an umpire, so it's hard to say. Or you have Vanover's the umpire at first base. Good hustle by Harang. The ball did squeeze out of his glove, so I guess it was just obvious to everyone that he was safe and no call.
Here's Brian McCann. Brian moves to the 3 spot with Chipper getting the afternoon off and is the subject of our Georgia lottery hitting the jackpot today.
Great numbers against him. McCann, Ugla, and Gonzalez all in the lineup today with good numbers against Harang. Here's the changeup. That start in San Diego against Atlanta. 6 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs. Chipper hit a homer. David Ross hit 2 homers. He's 1-3 lifetime against Atlanta, after spending most of his career with Cincinnati before signing with the Padres this winter.
Harang got off to that great start. Not surprising. I would think Petco Park is a much better place for him to pitch his home games than Cincinnati.
Oh boy, I would say. And he has a high ERA on the road so far this year, over 5.5, but he's 2-0.
Way behind in the count for Brian. Rifled into right center field and deep. That'll get down. Martin streaking around third. He's going to score without a throw. It's a tie game at
1. O'Brien's racking up some RBIs along with some increased power. Had the 2 home run game a couple of days ago, and now this deep double. It's Martin all the way around from first. RBI number 28 for McCann.
All McCann's done on this homestand is pick up 7 hits and 9 at bats. And a perfect start for his day. Now the Diesel, Eric Hinsky.
Yeah, and he has not had as much success. Certainly hadn't had any really with Harang. 0 for 6 in his career. But he's had a great month of May. 333 average for the month, 4 homers, 10 RBIs. 69 at bats this month versus 25 approximately in April.
And that mirrors what happened last year. Remember, the Braves had a 20-8 May. Both Eric Hinsky and Troy Glaus had gigantic offensive months.
Yeah, they're not going to win 20 this month unless somehow there's an extension. But they do have a chance to win their 18th game of the month. Good changeup, had him fooled.
soft line drive caught out at second by Forsythe. And Hinsky is the second Braves out.
There's a lot going on here for this day game numbers. The Padres have a great day game record. They're 14-7. The Braves are 11-8. And Tim Hudson, great day game numbers. He's 2-0 this year, and we'll show you some others when he goes back out there about how he's pitched in day games the last 2 years. Pretty phenomenal.
Strike one to Dan Uggla. Maybe Harang's the guy that can get Dan's bat going. But it's almost partner like he's 0-2 every at bat.
Tough to hit that way. Tough to dig out of that hole if you're constantly behind in the count.
And he takes a called third strike to retire the side. Brian McCann chases home Martin Prado, and we're tied after one. The Reds, and this play a big part of that.
Great throw by Martin Prado and a tag by David Ross on Paul Janisch. Great slide, great effort by Janisch to avoid the tag, but the call went the Braves' way and leads us to our Geico quote of the day from Martin about that play. He said, I just caught the ball and threw it as well as I could. There were a lot of people around. I couldn't see Rossi, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to throw the ball to home plate. When in doubt.
Yes.
David had himself quite a night last night. That tag, throwing out a couple of runners.
That was a great game. And listening to the ESPN Sunday night commentators afterward, John Kruk said right now Jair Jurgens is the best starting pitcher in the National League. And if you look at the numbers, you really can't argue that, can you?
It's impossible to say that there's anybody really any better. 7-1 with a 1.51 ERA.
Chase Hidde is the batter. And ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. He's the Padres' third baseman and is their hottest hitter right now.
Yeah, he's hit in 8 straight games, 4 for 11 in the Washington series. And a generous call for Hudson from Dan Bellino.
And the breaking ball retires Headley. There's that first strikeout. And Chase is down for the first out. Here's our Academy Sports and Outdoor leaderboard.
And this goes to what I was talking about with Tim Hudson in day games. Active pitcher since 2010. Tim Hudson's 9-0. 2-0 this year in day games. Better than all those guys.
They should even be on the list. As Blake Ticati digs in. Or, as his parents named him, Ticoti. Sorry, Blake, no balls and a strike. Now 0-2.
You just had a nice cerveza in mind after the game already.
Yes. They like this kid, though, don't they?
Yeah, they called him up from Double-A. Had some good numbers working down there. 291, 6 homers, 24 RBIs. Cameron Maben right now has a little patellar tendonitis with one of his knees, so T. Cody's filling in and doing a nice job so far. Changeup. That is a big league changeup, Mr. T. Cody. I don't know if you saw many of those at San Antone. The old parachute ball.
That'll bring up Logan Forsythe.
He came up from Triple-A. 270 there, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. Supposed to be a good defensive second baseman with a good arm, can turn it.
He's a Southern boy out of Memphis.
Tim looks a little more settled, doesn't he? 6 out of 7 first pitch strikes, getting ahead in the count.
Held it there, but now a full count. Tim just struck out the side in the second. by the Georgia Lottery, by AT&T, and by Sonic. Tie game at 1. And of all the baseball holidays, for me, this is my favorite. Love seeing the pregame ceremonies, remembering the wonderful men and women in our military. Great pregame ceremony before the game today where all branches of the military services were honored. And a lot of soldiers enjoying game 1 of this series. And we salute you and thank you.
9 soldiers got to line up in front of the Braves dugout and introduce the Braves starting lineup one by one as they were taking the field. That was good. But a salute to those who have paid the ultimate price so that we can be here today having a good day. And our thoughts are with them and their families.
One ball, 2 strikes to Braves first baseman Freddie Freeman.
And both teams, and I'm assuming teams all across baseball, wearing commemorative Memorial Day caps today with the white crown on the hat and each logo in red, white, and blue.
Nice try by Johnson. That ball was fouled away. It ricocheted off Freddie Freeman, and then Johnson caught it.
Yeah, they went off Freddie's face. Yeah, hit him right in the mouth. Johnson was an outstanding highlight player in high school, I understand.
Freddie's getting better at bats, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's cut down on his swing just a little bit. Not quite so pull happy. Better plate coverage. Seeing the ball a little longer.
Leads all National League rookies in walks. He's second in hits and extra base hits, and second among first-year players in home runs. And a fly ball to straightaway center retires him for the first out. Fans, get your tickets now. The Willie Nelson Country Throwdown Music Festival, June 12th at Coolray Field. The concert starts at 3. And they feature country music stars Jamie Johnson, Randy Houser, Lee Bryce, Brantley Gilbert, Willie Nelson, and more. For tickets, visit GwinnettBraves.com. Got a post-game concert at the ballpark today. The Yacht Rock Review will perform after the Braves beat the Padres. Alex Gonzalez, now 7 out of 10 against Harang, breaks his bat, put us aboard with 1 out.
Happy to donate that bat for a hit. The Yacht Rock Review did an awesome job on the anthem, too, by the way. Great harmony.
Here's Brooksy, chance to start for Chipper today. In case you wondered, there's nothing physically wrong with Chipper. No knee problems, nothing of the sort. Just a couple long games and a quick turnaround for the Braves today. He'll get a full day of rest, virtually all day tomorrow, and probably be ready to go for game 2 tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's an unusual setup for this series. You're used to having a couple of night games and then a day game on getaway day, but because of the holiday, a little different setup today with day game and then 2 night games. And from that shot we had of the dugout and Freddie Gonzalez, you could see Wayne Berry's camera adorned with Old Glory there, as he always puts it on the camera. And anytime you mention Wayne, it's not unusual to mention the word old somewhere in there anyway, so it all fits together.
Runner goes. Good jump. Pitch low and no chance for Johnson. As Alex Gonzalez on the board with a stolen base.
Well, as we've said so many times before, Chip, it's rare that Alex ever even has to slide when he steals second. And here's just another case in point. 1 for 1 on the year.
The Braves in double digits now as a team in steals.
And before June rather.
What did Dad always say?
Gotta use into this stuff, you know. Don't want to peak too early.
Good at bat there by Brooks.
Now Tim will bat. He's 1 for 18 at the plate. The Braves are walking more too. I know it doesn't seem to translate in a lot more runs scored. But to your point, Jordan Schaefer, Brooks Conrad, more and more at bats like that where they're driving pitch counts up.
But this seemed to be the way they started May, late April, early May, Chip. That's what they were doing, and it was really working.
Snap throw back, and Alex wandered too far. Braves had some base running problems in game 1 against the Reds. They're picked off here in the second against San Diego.
Couldn't tell where his hand was on that application. But a nice play by Gonzalez to handle the short hop and get the tag down. Cut.
Didn't he first hurt himself on a swing? Is that how Tim hurt his back? I can't remember what exactly caused that problem.
I don't remember that.
I may be wrong about that. But a hearty cut there for the second strike. And now Harang catches him looking. And a promising inning bears no fruit for the Braves in the second. Still tied 1-1. Join Major League Baseball in helping those veterans who've done so much to help us. Log on to MLB.com or welcomebackveterans.org for more information on how you can make a difference. Some of the scenes from that wonderful pregame ceremony today.
21-gun salute. Players all came out. You saw those, all the branches of the military down each baseline, wrapping all the way around the diamond, and then the players all came out from both sides and stood in between those members of the military for the national anthem and the salute.
Great start to Memorial Day in Atlanta. Now Tim Hudson back to work with Rob Johnson starting things off for the Padres. Johnson getting a lot of playing time because Nick Hundley's hurt. He's on the DL for San Diego. He's joined there by Orlando Hudson, their second baseman, and a big kid named Kyle Blanks. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping he'd provide some power. He's had Tommy John surgery and is still trying to come back from that. Johnson was originally a Seattle Mariner. And strokes this ball into left. And Prado on a dead run tracks it down. That's 7 straight retired by Tim.
That is a big relief if you're the pitcher, because the guy just hit the daylights out of one. Looks like it's headed for the gap, and to have one of your teammates run it down. And totally disheartening if you're the hitter who just hit one right on the button and somebody makes a play on you like that.
And we all know how hard Martin worked during spring training to try to learn the intricacies of playing left field in the major leagues. As Aaron Harang guides one up the middle. That's the second San Diego hit. Are you surprised at how easy Martin has made that position change look?
Not really. I mean, I don't think we give him enough credit for being as good an athlete as he is. We talk about him being a great baseball player, and he is, but he's a terrific athlete. He's got excellent balance, runs above average, outstanding hand-eye coordination, of course. He's got all the tools.
Eric Patterson bats for the second time. He scored the lone San Diego run. Struggles of Will Venable, who was sent down to the minor leagues. The Padres have been looking for a leadoff guy. Today it's Patterson's turn to try to fill the #1 slot.
It's hard to believe, based on the way Will Venable's always played against Atlanta, that he's back in AAA.
Up the middle, and that one past Alex.
Wearing that spot out.
Patterson's 2 for 2. And now Alberto Gonzalez, who lined out with the infield drawn in the first inning, bats again. San Diego won their game against Washington last time out. They beat the Nationals by a 5-4 final score. That was the first game out of the last 12 they played where they had scored more than 3 runs. They threaten here in the 3rd. Schaefer charges hard. Harang wandered too far off the bag. And the throw off target. That looked like a sure double play.
Should have been. Yeah, Harang didn't know whether to run or wind his watch, so the Braves were going to be able to take advantage of it. But Jordan had plenty of time here, but he tried to throw on the run against the direction he was running, and so it pulled him away from the bag, pulled Uggla away from the bag. He had time to set his feet. That's the kind of reaction you get on a hot day. That means I've got to throw a few more pitches, especially to Ludwig.
I was going to say, to a guy that's hurt the Braves in the past. Ludwig has the Padres RBI today. His 33rd of the year. And now ball 1.
Keeping with what you're talking about, Chip, having scored 5 runs in their last game being a big day for them, that's because they're last in average doubles, on base percentage, strikeout, slugging percentage, and next to last in runs and home runs. And as you pointed out earlier, they're first in Major League Baseball in stolen bases. That's why they have to run.
I wonder too if their ballpark has gotten into their collective psyche too. We all know how great a pitching park Petco is. They're hitting 199 as a team at home. They're hitting 60 points higher on the road with the same number of home runs. How does that happen?
It's just a big yard, and it could play on their minds day in and day out. But to me, that's also a great doubles and triples park, and yet they're last in the league in doubles. Stop.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Ludwig. And again, it bears repeating, 3 of their starting players are out of the lineup. Adrian Gonzalez is gone, but even when they had their full complement of players, this was not a big offensive Padre club.
No.
Broken bat, pop, Uggla going out, can't get there. Harang chugs around 3rd. Schaefer's throw is late. The Braves gave San Diego an extra out, and the Padres cash it in on a blue pit from Ryan Ludwig. It's 2-1.
He's got 2 RBIs today. One was on a tapper to 3rd, and now a broken bat flare off the end of the bat into shallow center. It just proves once again that no matter who you're playing against, how tough it might be for that team offensively, if you give them extra outs, you're asking for trouble.
And that's, I'm sure, why Tim had the reaction he did when that potential double play throw was off target. Ludwig has been very, very hot. And now a 9-game hitting streak for him. Beg pardon, that was Gonzalez with a 9-game hitting streak. Give Ludwig his 2nd RBI of the day. Here's Hop. That's in for a strike. Hop bounced out to 2nd, and the Padres first. 2-1 San Diego. 3 hits in the inning, one of them by the pitcher Aaron Harang. extra pitches for Hudson after that little pop off the bat of Gonzalez.
And still counting. Full count, runner going. The hitting streak coming up next, but I still wouldn't give in to Hawk here. He strikes out a lot. Something off speed might work just fine.
Do it again, 3-2.
Like a cutter in on him, tied him up. Fourth full count already for Tim Hudson.
And Hawk down swinging for the 49th time this year. Aaron Harang has scored a go-ahead run for the Padres. The home half of our third inning, the Padres have taken a 2-1 lead. And it's time for our AT&T Universe trivia question. Craig Kimbrell's 15 saves, second most for a rookie in National League history before the All-Star break. Who's first?
That's a very good question.
With 2 to Jordan. We already had the question, who's got the Braves rookie record for saves?
I don't know why, but first guy popped into my head was Lee Smith. So I'm not sure how much he pitched, like as a setup guy or any of that before he became a closer at a very young age.
To the count to Schaefer. You could say Trevor Hoffman. I mean, that would be a logical guess. I mean, guess he was such a big star for the Padres all those years before finishing up with the Brewers.
The only thing that I hedge on that is that he was a starter first, so he might have gotten some time in.
Big swing and a soft fly ball to right. And Jordan's out number 1 in the Braves' third. Fans, you can bring your dad to see the Braves and Rangers this Father's Day. Meet former Braves Sid Bream, Gaylord Perry, and Johnny Estrada before the game. You'll see the Montgomery Gentry post-game concert. That benefits the Prostate Cancer Foundation. After the Braves and Rangers meet, for tickets, visit Braves.com.
A lot of improvising today down in the visiting bullpen.
No marine layer here.
No, sir. Boy said fans in the South can fan better than anybody in America. They know how to do it. Fans having to do a little of that today.
That's line to right, tailing away from Eric Patterson. Martin with a 1-out double.
Eric Patterson got a horrible jump on this, and I think he might have lost it off the bat in the shirt sleeves. Fastball up and out over the plate. And Eric just got a late start on it.
Chance for Brian McCann to drive home a run. He's done that once already today. RBI hit in the first gives Brian a 9 for 18 lifetime mark against Aaron Harang.
Freddie's done a great job so far of picking the days for Brian to get days off. Have David Ross come in and spell him, and playing today. And like you said earlier about Chipper having virtually the rest of today and almost all day tomorrow to be ready for tomorrow night's game. He's picking good spots for Brian to get some rest. Let that shift on for him. They ran a couple of balls away from him. It'd be nice to see him poke one through the hole over there short if they do that again. The way Brian's swinging right now, you just, hey, get him something that he can reach. Good swing. That was a decent pitch by Harang, but this is one of those cases where Brian's got so much confidence hitting off of him. It doesn't matter what Aaron throws up there. And he might well strike him out, but McCann knows that and feels like, I'm sure, that doesn't matter what he throws, I'm going to hit something hard, whatever it is.
Now 3-2. Hits that ball hard and past Forsythe. Prado around third. Patterson triple clutches and doesn't throw home. We're tied 2-2.
I think Patterson just didn't have a grip on the baseball. I can't figure out why he didn't throw this. Brian smoked it. Didn't get slowed down that much by Forsythe. And Patterson didn't seem to be playing that deep.
Braves will take that. A 2 RBI day for Brian McCann. And now Eric Hinsky, the batter.
A little wider shot of this. You can see where Prado was. He had to wait and make sure the ball got through. But Patterson's on the ball right at the time that Martin was at third base. And 7 crow hops later, no throw.
Now Hinsky in the driver's seat. 2 balls, no strikes.
Orang wanted that one.
Driven high in the air left field. Pretty well struck. Ludwig going back. Reaches for the wall. McCann around second has to re-tag and make it back to first standing up and without a throw. Hinsky has played pepper with the left fielder this entire homestand.
Fastball up and away from him, and he put a good swing on it. Just not quite enough. If you go around second and tag it on the way by, you got to tag it going back to first as well. As you said, re-tag.
Dan Uggla's seen 4 pitches, all of them strikes today.
Well, either called or swung at, so
right.
Yes. That was not a strike.
And what's the count on him again?
0-2. When he swings at that slider like he did the first pitch, it must be a pitch that he went up there looking for. That if he throws me that slider first pitch, I'm going to get it. Well, he got it, but it wasn't a strike. Next pitch was a fastball right there, and he missed it. And it's almost like go up there looking for the fastball early in the count and then adjust it.
Outdoors, by the Home Depot, and by McDonald's. Chip and Joe back with you in Atlanta. Happy Memorial Day 2011, everybody. Stars and Stripes proudly displayed at the ballpark, and it is a hot, sticky afternoon at Turner Field.
And a couple of shout-outs real quick. First of all, to our pal Laser Baker, who's a little under the weather. We miss him today. Hope you're feeling better, Dave. And congratulations to Fred Hickman's son, Mac Hickman, who graduated from high school yesterday or this weekend. He turned 18 yesterday. He's headed to Morehouse. Congratulations to Mac and to Fred and the family.
That is awesome news. As Chase Headley leads off the fourth for the Padres. 2-2 game. Chase, one of 4 strikeouts Tim's picked up today. Hudson struck out the side in the San Diego second. Had to pile up some pitches in the third, but held him to only 1 run.
Padres playing in the West. They're 7 games back entering play today, and little did we know when the Braves lost 2 to Arizona on that last road trip that was a team that would be in first place right now in the National League West. They're playing great and have won 6 straight.
Half game ahead of the Giants, 3.5 games ahead of Colorado. Dodgers 5.5 out. San Diego bringing up the rear out west. It seems like the Braves got Arizona going, didn't they?
Yeah, they won, like I said, 6 in a row and 9 out of 10.
Was born in Colorado, lives in Knoxville in the offseason. And he grounds to Dan Ugla. So for 2. Here's T-Cody. Or T-Cody. Promise I'll get it right by the end of this game.
I still like T-Cody. He was a 3rd round pick out of Columbia, Missouri.
Pretty cool to make the jump from Double-A to the big leagues.
Talked to Brian McCann about that, couldn't you? Pitch count had about 10 extra pitches added to it after the Braves were unable to get that double play last inning.
T-Cody, a 1-out single. And Logan Forsythe will bat. He struck out his first time as well. See if the Padres are running.
Cody's got good speed. Chances are real good they will. This guy was a high draft pick. He was a supplemental pick between the first and second round back in '08 out of University of Arkansas.
Hudson jumps ahead of him. No balls, 2 strikes.
They have another guy in their minor leagues out of Cartersville, Georgia, Donovan Tate, who was the 3rd pick in the whole draft 2 years ago. And he's on the disabled list with Fort Wayne, Indiana. He and another outfielder collided, and they've both been on the DL ever since. That was May 12th. May 4th, excuse me. April 12th. Got it right now. So that's been a long time on the DL for both of those guys. We hope he's okay.
That's Lars Tate's son, right?
Yes.
Georgia tailback. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one sunk out of sight. 5 strikeouts for Tim in the game and 2 outs for Johnson.
Great location on that too. Made him reach for it.
I wonder how many jersey tops Tim's going to go through on this hot day.
You would think more than one.
Ooh.
Mentioned those runs, 5 runs against Washington. That was kind of the end result of a stretch where they went 6 for 15 with runners in scoring position. But prior to that, the Padres really were awful. They were 4 for their last 50. And they got the RBI hit last inning with runner in scoring position from Ludwig.
And their offense, as far as when they score, has been a lot like the Braves. They do a lot of their scoring in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. Not a lot of margin for error for their starters. Early frames. Tim thought that one good enough. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
2-seamer that backed up. Box tracks had it right on the edge.
6 strikeouts. Tim gives up a hit in the 4th, but nothing else. Beautiful day in Atlanta, and we're still tied 2-2. Outdoors, the right stuff and the low price. Joe and Chip with you. Happy Memorial Day. Hope you'll take time today while celebrating with friends and family and pause and say a prayer of thanks and gratitude for the men and women of our military, many of them in attendance today. As Freddie Freeman gets set to go to work for the Braves here in the fourth inning. First pitch swinging. And a good start for the Braves. A leadoff single. Here's Alex.
Braves had a stretch earlier this year where they had something like 31 games in 30 days, or 30 games in 31 days, I think it might have been instead. The Padres are in a stretch of 20 and 20 straight days. One of only two they have to deal with like that in the schedule all year long, but that becomes especially tough when it's on the road, when a lot of it is on the road.
That's an encouraging stat.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron Harang doesn't know it.
Well, Harang's really hoping for a breakout year in his hometown. You mentioned he's from San Diego, pitched a long time with the Reds. This guy's been an all-star pitcher before, but in each of the last 3 seasons, he's won 6 games. That's it. He's at 5 now. That's hard to figure.
It's hard to figure. It's kind of a funny thing. Well, he pitched in Cincinnati. He's got to pitch half his games at Great American Ballpark. Tough place to pitch. Yes, it is. He also pitched for a team that was the best hitting team in baseball last year, in the Reds. You would think that half of his starts, just by happenstance, he's going to get a bunch of runs to work with and have a chance to win.
Yeah, maybe win a couple 10-9.
Yeah, right.
Started 4-0. Braves tagged him for his first loss out west. He's 5-2 coming into today's game. And is tied with Tim Hudson here in the Braves half of the fourth inning. Double play ball. Base is empty, 2 outs for Brooks Conrad. Conrad out of San Diego too. Trying to check his swing and is down on strikes. Braves get a leadoff hit but can't do any more damage with right-hander Aaron Harang. Atlanta's Turner Field. And let's take a look at our McDonald's fans of the game.
They're our favorite fans, not just today, but for what they do for us around the calendar.
Special tip of the cap to Major General Robert B. Brown, whose title I believe is the commander down at Fort Benning, Georgia, throughout the ceremonial first pitch today. Gave a stirring speech, had the microphone held proudly while he stood on the mound. And a tip of the cap to the Braves organization for a beautifully choreographed pregame tribute. Alex will have plenty of time with Harang. Good start for Hudson here in the San Diego fifth.
Major General, little three-quarter action to Freddie Gonzalez.
Little upset the Major General didn't show a little stirrup there, Joe.
But what he had to say to everybody was well received and apropos. It was great to hear from him.
Couple of hits for Eric Patterson today. He scored a run. He jumps on the first pitch, but the Diesel tracks it down shy of the track. And quickly 2 outs. Fans, you can get great seats to see the Braves for less this Tuesday and Wednesday with Coca-Cola 2 for $30 Tuesdays and Toyota 2 for $30 Wednesday ticket specials. Save up to 46% off the regular ticket price. To order, call 800-745-3000 or buy those tickets online at braves.com/ticket specials. 2 games left on this homestand. Mike Minor and Matt Latos go here tomorrow. Tommy Hansen and Clayton Richard go on Wednesday. Then we hit the road for another long 3-city road trip. Sunday hop on Monday afternoon, and 3 up, 3 down, and Tim needed a very easy inning and got it. Just 5 pitches retires San Diego in the 5th. Top of the inning will lead things off for the Braves. Hope you had your thinking caps on. Let's get back to our AT&T U-verse trivia question. Craig Kimbrell's second fastest to 15 saves before the All-Star break. National League play. Who had more saves than Kimbrell's 15 before the break?
I'm going to stick with Lee Smith.
The one and only Yahensi Brazoban.
I thought that was an animated feature. No.
That's so unfair. We will file that one in the protest cap.
Be a grievance on that one.
Yahensi. Strike one to Tim Hudson. Then Jordan Schaefer, then Martin Prado. Oh, one out. Jordan's walked and has fly to right today. 5 walks in 6 games, 4 runs so far for Jordan in 6 games. And the man whose place he took on the active roster, Nate McLouth, is starting to swing the bat and try to get that oblique back to 100%.
Yeah, I think from the walking wounded, the reports are all good. Chris Medlin's throwing has increased. He's moving up the charts in terms of how many pitches.
Fly to right.
Brandon Beachy said his strained oblique is feeling much better. He's been playing catch. I haven't heard anything on when, if or when Jason Hayward's going to begin to do some rehab work. But everybody else I've heard from says has great reports, including Peter Moylan, who said his back feels amazing.
But his thumbs are a little sore. He's got a problem with the thumbs from all the twittering he's been engaging in.
Okay.
Just going to let that one go, aren't you?
I was going to make a social commentary on twittering, but I'm just not even going to go there. It's not even worth it.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's our Delta Airlines on deck hitter. You know, Prado would love to get Bryant up there. He's had a terrific day today. Had a terrific run this week. Hop will give chase. And tumbling over the tarp. That ball is in the stands. And Forsythe and Hop got tangled up, and Forsythe is hobbling back to second base.
Well, what was Forsythe doing? There's a little over-exuberance from the rookie. Hop was there, and then when Forsythe landed on him, he knocked the ball loose. Hop caught the ball. Bang. And as soon as his glove hit the wall, then the ball trickled out. Good thing that wasn't Greg Maddux. He would have had something to say to the rookie.
But no damage done as Martin lines softly to short. Aaron Harang has an easy inning. That was only 8 pitches, and the duel continues. Which begs by Toyota and by Joel and Associates. Good pitching on a hot, sticky day at Turner Field. 5 in the books already. Game tied 2-2. Aaron Harang pitching for San Diego. Tim Hudson making his first start in 10 days for the Braves. That was a question. How would the back allow Tim to operate? Your impressions of his performance so far?
Once he got his bearings after the first inning, he's been outstanding, and with a little help behind him defensively, created his own problem with an unearned run in the first when he made a throwing error, and then the Braves weren't able to complete what should have been an easy double play on a fly ball in the third. But the fact that it's real warm today, I'm sure is really good for his back.
First pitch swing. Brooks Conrad with a curl hop and a perfect throw. Hudson 4 outs on 6 pitches in the middle innings today. And a tough hitter retired to start things off for the Padres. Here's Hop. He's 0 for 2.
He had a dreadful April in his first tour of duty with San Diego.
Look out.
But when he's had a bat in his hand in May, he's hit .313 coming in. I think everybody's okay. Hey, the Turner Field ushers are Johnny on the spot. Foul balls, bats, whatever the case may be, getting help from the paramedics if necessary. They are quick to help.
And we're fortunate, too, we have the best fielding fans in Major League Baseball. Always alert.
Gotta be. Close to the action. See, there's the medical personnel there just in case.
And counting for Hudson.
He's fouling everything off. Might be a good time for one of his good, hard split finger fastballs. See if he'll chase something diving into the plate. And up on him.
And Hop missed it.
Seven strikeouts for Tim. That ball was also running away from him a little bit.
And that brings up Chase Headley, who had been swinging a blazing paddle. 8-game hit streak coming in. I tell you, Matthew Kaminsky, the Braves organist, is so clever with his walk-up music for each player. I mean, the obvious one for Headley is, of course, Harvey Korman's character in Blazing Saddles. He plays the Blazing Saddle theme music. So he tries to pair the walk-up music to the player's last name. I don't know if he was playing the theme from Dynasty when Forsythe came up.
Could have. We'll have to pay attention. T for 2 on that guy, I guess. Try to put a little extra on that one, up and into Headley, but again, just got a piece of it. Usually when a guy's going pretty good, like we're showing McCann earlier today against Harang, he was fouling off his best pitches before he got something he could hit. Usually an indication the guy's seeing the ball pretty good.
Little flare. And Martin makes the play. Hudson gets him again in order. Tim's retired 8 straight. He's got a tie game on his hands, 2-2. Action will start with Brian McCann. And our action in this series continues tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. It'll be on Peachtree TV in Atlanta, Fox Sports South outside of the metro Atlanta area. Joe and Tom Glavine will be at the mic for Mike Miner and Matt Latos. We invite you to check your local listings or log on to foxsportssouth.com to find out where the game will be shown in your area.
And that showing that pitching matchup is an indication that it doesn't matter who you're playing and where this team is in the standings and how poorly they're hitting. You can run into a buzzsaw for pitching at any given moment. Aaron Harang coming in 5-2. Latos has a poor record, but you know what kind of arm he has. Throws hard. And Clayton we've seen before too. He's got good stuff, left-hander. On any given night in this league, going to be tough duty to hit.
Well, and that's, I think, the point we made early in the game, and the same with Ron Gant and Fred Hickman. Yes, the Padres are dead last in just about every offensive category you can throw up on the screen. They're 4th in ERA, and you do not want to be trailing this team in the middle to late innings with that very, very good bullpen and their closer Heath Bell.
Best in baseball. From a statistical standpoint, their bullpen is the best, and you got to have a lead by the 6th or 7th inning.
McCann ropes one deep right. That's over the head of Patterson and high off the fence. Bryan spun his wheels a bit around first, but slides in safely with his 3rd hit of this game, his 2nd double of this game.
He's now 11 for 20 off Harang. Might have been a changeup, and Boyd stayed out over the plate for him, and Bryan just missed hitting it out of the park. he had to pick it up a little bit around first base. But a good start to the Braves' 6th inning.
So a game last night where the Braves did a lot of the little things right. Let's see if Eric Hinske can move Brian McCann over or in with nobody out.
Third 3-hit game of the year for Brian, but you're right. Eric is predominantly a pull hitter, and I know he almost hit one out to left field his last time up, but it's when you want him to be a pull hitter.
Johnson's already picked off one Braves runner at second. He's trying to keep McCann a step closer at second here in the 6th. Into the shift and no advance. 6-3. Alberto Gonzalez playing virtually right behind the second base bag. Takes away a hit and a productive at bat for Eric Hinske.
That's a real shame because Eric did what he accomplished, what he was trying to do, and that's to hit the ball to the right side. But with the shift on, Brian would have been a dead duck at third base.
So Dan Uggla, who has struck out twice, hits with 1 on, 1 out. First pitch, pops it up.
This goes back to what we were talking about his last at bat, Chip, where it's almost as if he just can't wait to swing. He's trying to do so much to try to help the team, and this was a changeup. And granted, it was up, but look at his reaction when at the swing he took on it, under it, trying to pull it. Barrel of the bat dipped a little bit. It's just a tremendous struggle for Dan right now, and he's trying to do a little too much. You want to drive in the run, but you've got to get a good pitch to hit.
Now with 2 outs, Freeman bats. Freddie's popped to center, and he singled to lead off the 4th. Braves without hit the Padres 6-5, but we're still tied.
Doing some big league pitching this inning. Got some defensive help, and then he got Uggla to pop up a changeup.
Braves had some chances to do some early damage. Durango settling in the middle innings. Now the count full to the Braves' first baseman.
Because both these teams have good pitching and both of these teams struggle to hit, they play a lot of 1- and 2-run games. The Padres are 15-17 in 1-run or 2-run games combined, and the Braves are 15-14.
Battle with Freeman and Harang in the 6th. Freddie couldn't stop himself. Johnson lost track of the baseball recovers and throws to first. And that retires the side. That was a wasted opportunity. Braves got a leadoff double and cannot break a tie.
Now both pitchers have pitched in and out of trouble pretty much all day long, but they settled in the last couple of innings. Really started cruising. Brian Ludwig with a couple of RBIs for the Padres, and Brian McCann has driven in both runs for the Braves with a big day, 3 for 3 with a couple of doubles. But Tim Hudson's day comes to an end.
After 6 innings and 1 earned run on 5 hits, he will give way to Scott Proctor, who answers that AT&T call.
You see his 8th game and a very good ERA after he got called up on the 15th of the month. 4 walks against 3 strikeouts. You'd like to change that.
All around Major League Baseball at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, a national moment of remembrance for America's fallen heroes. And at the conclusion of this half inning, we will be a little late going to our customary commercial break. We will enjoy God Bless America here at Turner Field. So Proctor ready to go for the Braves. Ticotti, Forsythe, Johnson coming up. Lower part of the Padres order, the pitcher spot. That occupied by Aaron Harang is due fourth.
Hudson had set down the last 8 in a row. Let's see if Proctor can keep that going.
Tim looked good today, really good. No walks, 7 strikeouts on his line score. And the Braves bullpen ought to be really energized after the great 8 innings of work from Jurgens last night when the Braves needed it most. He really came through.
Guerin called up yesterday in an effort to kind of provide a fresh arm for the bullpen. You got a great story on how Guerin got here and what he arrived with.
Yeah, I got the call around midnight a couple of days ago while the Gwinnett Braves were up in Buffalo. And Corey doesn't take blocked calls on his cell phone, and he doesn't have Dave Brundage, the Gwinnett Braves manager's number, plugged into his phone. So he kept getting blocked call, didn't answer it. So around midnight, finally decides to answer the phone. As Tikoti grounds out to second. The call was, hey, you might want to pack your stuff. You're going to Atlanta. You have a 6 o'clock flight in the morning, but you need to be in the hotel lobby at 4:30. So Corey's scrambling around. Brandon Hicks is his roommate, AAA. Gets all of his stuff together and says, hey, but what about my equipment? They tried to call the Buffalo equipment manager to let him into the stadium. Everybody's asleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Nada, no such luck. So Corey comes back to Atlanta. Dresses out for the game last night with borrowed spikes, Peter Moylan's glove. And I assume his equipment got here perhaps yesterday, maybe today. But with the holiday weekend, who knows?
That's not a good feeling as a player when you don't have your own gear.
I mean, we all take it for granted. Oh, Joe Simpson's getting called up from AA San Antonio to spend a couple of weeks in the big leagues. It's not only a life-changing experience, it's a real difficult move just as far as your life is concerned. Forsythe pops that one up into shallow center. Gonzalez and Schaefer. Alex takes over. 10 straight Padres are down. This is the section of the game, remember, where they do a lot of damage. Proctor off to a good start.
Padres have some activity in their bullpen, too. Ernesto Frieri loosening up.
He's the aptly named Frieri.
Playing for the Friars, is that okay? You're just hot today.
I'll work these in. I'm off for the next couple days, you know? 1 ball, 1 strike to Johnson. I'm a little upset, by the way, that Tom didn't text us the answer to the trivia question.
Probably didn't have any cell power on the beach.
Either that or he's Twitter.
Oh. All signs indicate that Scott Proctor's arm is back to normal. That was 95, just painting the outside corner. He's had a good curveball this inning.
And a little dribbler creeps through the right side for a 2-out hit. And that's going to end the day for Aaron Harang. Kristen Orfia grabs a bat and will pinch hit. Orfia has a .300 average this month and has 6 pinch hits, including 4 for his last 5 as a pinch hitter. So be careful here.
This guy was quite a prospect when he was in the Reds organization. I think he had a bad knee injury that knocked him out, that cost him some time, but it seems like he's coming back too.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Not much chance that Johnson's going to run. Catcher speed. Concentrate on the hitter. You just don't want to have the count run to 3-2 where you'd get a head start and maybe score on a double.
Murphy has had some international experience. Didn't know this. He played for Italy during the World Baseball Classic in 2009. And pops it up. Ugla roams to right. And that'll do it for Denorfia as we go to the 7th inning stretch. Padres 2, Braves 2. And in special recognition of the military, USAA now presents the singing of God Bless America as performed by Timothy Miller here at Turner Field in Atlanta.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Atlanta Braves invite all of our guests to please rise and sing along as we celebrate America's freedom with the singing of God Bless America, performed by Atlanta opera tenor Timothy Miller.
While the storm clouds gather,
far across the sea,
let us swear allegiance
to a land that is free.
Let us all be grateful
for a land so fair.
As we raise our voices in a solemn prayer.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home.
Get your tickets now for the Braves and Mets on Wednesday, June 15th, a very special night. The first 20,000 fans will get a Jason Hayward bobblehead, courtesy of Delta Airlines. For tickets, visit Braves.com/tickets or call 800-745-3000 today. June 15th, a Wednesday night, with the dreaded and disliked New York Mets coming to town. New pitcher for the Padres after Aaron Harang's 6 innings, and this guy can bring it.
Yeah, he's got a long arm action. Been in their organization longer than any player in their organization. Been in the organization since '03. And he's just 25. He signed as a 17-year-old. Ernesto Frieri. 32 strikeouts in 26 innings.
He's out of Colombia. And 3 pitches. Takes care of Alex Gonzalez for the first out. This is what we were talking about early in the game. Ideally, you'd really like to have a lead when you go up against this Padre relief corps.
Frieri, Gregerson, Adams, Bell. Their bullpen adds up to the best ERA in the National League, and the Braves right behind them. How about the National League East? Atlanta, Florida, Philadelphia. Their bullpens 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Phillies bullpen might be having a little trouble today. The Phillies losing in Washington. Braves start play 3.5 games behind the Phils in the East. As Brooks Conrad drives an 0-1 pitch up the middle for his first base hit of the day. He's 1 for 2. That represents the go-ahead run. And Joe Mather grabs a bat and will hit for Proctor.
Only a couple of at-bats in the Cincinnati series. He was 0 for 2 and 0 for his last 9 after a great road trip. Most of the damage done in Anaheim. Long look at Brian Snitker.
Joe right on that fastball, but down 2 strikes.
Very nearly a balk. Front foot got kind of hung up on the pitching mound. It looked like when he was trying to turn to throw to first, he was unsettled a little bit when he threw it to first base. He's 32 strikeouts out of the bullpen, rank him 6th among all major league relievers in strikeouts. He struck out the side 3 different times.
Broken back. And Headley at third takes care of Joe Mather for the second out. Well, that's why a lot of folks around baseball wonder, A, what can they get or how much can they get for Heath Bell if they decide to trade their all-star closer. And if they do trade Heath Bell, it would appear they have options to close. Much like when Trevor Hoffman left, Bell was able to step in. Sounds like what you're saying about this guy.
They definitely have options. Good time to run here. Send Conrad trying to get the go-ahead run into scoring position. If he gets thrown out, you got Schaefer leading off the 8th. This guy's pretty slow to the plate too. He's got such a long arm action that when he takes it out and drops his arm straight down behind him, he's then got to wait for everything else, the leg kick and everything else, to get ready.
Schaefer now behind. Ball and 2 strikes. Good to see Jordan wearing a helmet that fits.
Got one to his liking.
Little pop into shallow right center. That's going to get down. First and third with 2 outs. And Martin Prado, a chance to be the hero again.
Another good at bat for Schaefer too, fouling off some pitches and covered this one. Didn't hit it good, but made sure he had the outside part of the plate covered, and that's why that ball got in on him a little bit. And the guy you want up there, Martin Prado. Either McCann, either one, the way they're swinging the bat right now, ideal. Five-game hitting streak now for Schaefer. Man, that's close to a ball. You got to step to first. You can't just pivot on that front foot, and he's barely getting it. He may be getting it about halfway toward first when he makes the throw.
Another pop. Drifting out Forsythe. Still going and hauls it in. And that retires the side. Braves get a couple of hits but leave 2 men stranded. And we go to the 8th. Stays in the game. He'll play right field. No worries. Martin Prado not out of the game. He moves in to play third base. And the AT&T call to the bullpen features side-arming right-hander Corey Guerin. He will bat 8th for Atlanta when his turn comes on the lineup card.
Just called back up. Been in 10 games already, so he's already got a taste of what it's all about. 11 in the third innings worked already, too. First appearance for him since the 17th of May.
And there you see the glove.
That's a Peter Moylan model.
So Peter's glove, somebody else's shoes. But it's his 8th inning. Patterson scored an unearned run for San Diego. Led off the game with a hit, stole second. Took third on a throwing error on a pickoff play and came home on a Ludwig soft ground ball to third. And he's the 6th different leadoff hitter that Buddy Black has used this year. Will Venable spent a lot of time in that spot, but he's struggling and is down at AAA. High pop fly into right center. Mather. Ball carried well. And Braves hoping lightning strikes twice with Corey Guerin against San Diego.
It's his major league debut. Absolutely outstanding in his 2 innings of work. Zeros across. Patterson just missed that fly ball to right. He's hit the ball hard 4 times today.
Tell you what, older brother Corey's having himself a terrific year with Toronto. He had a 4-hit day yesterday for the Blue Jays. Reason for that, Corey Patterson's hitting either right in front of or right behind Mr. Bautista in his 20 home runs.
That doesn't hurt.
Gonzalez down on strikes.
He set this up with a 92 sidearm fastball earlier in the count. So when he throws the slider right at him, and he reads fastball, he's got to try and get the bat there as quick as he can, and then all of a sudden it's a sidearm breaking ball and no chance. But 92 on that fastball is outstanding from that angle, especially on a right-handed hitter.
Braves guard the line with Ludwig up.
See if he wastes one or if he goes right to that same pitch that he just threw Gonzalez.
Yep. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Very impressive return for Corey Guerin. Part of the order up for the Braves in the 8th, tied 2-2. And another exciting tournament's just wrapped up for ACC baseball. Congratulations to the Virginia Cavaliers on their title. We brought it to you live on Fox Sports South, and now we're continuing our coverage online. Watch video clips from the tournament's most memorable moments. It's all at foxsportssouth.com. Perfect day for Brian McCann. He'll try to keep it that way and go 4 for 4 against a new Padres pitcher. That's hard-throwing right-hander Mike Adams.
And he's one of the best setup men in all of baseball. He and Gregerson both broke the record last year for holds in a season. Big long arm guy, 6'5", 195. Out of Corpus Christi, Texas. He was in 70 games last year.
He bounced around a bit before having big league success with the Padres the last couple of years. Was with the Milwaukee organization, was traded to the Mets. The Indians had him briefly at their AAA level. Padres got him in 2006, and he slowly worked his way up into the San Diego pen. High pop fly. And a long run for Ludwig retires Brian McCann for the first time in today's game. 1 out. Fans order the Chevron Family Value Plan today. You'll get 4 Braves tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 Cokes, parking, a program, and a $5 Chevron gift card for only $69. Bring the whole family to the game for less. Call 800-745-3000 or buy online at braves.com/ticket specials.
Nice slider right there. He's got a cutter to go with that. Good movement on his fastball, which is in the low 90s. But it's almost like not quite a Brad Lidge type slider, but one that he can get over just about any time he wants.
$25,832 fans at Turner Field today. great crowd here last night for the Sunday night affair, including 10,000 walk-ups. Saw a good game last night, seeing a tight one here, as Joe mentioned a few innings ago. This is not unfamiliar territory for either one of these clubs. They both play a lot of 1- and 2-run games.
Kinski pulled that one right out of Johnson's glove. Stay alive. Run.
Kinski swung through it. Johnson to the backstop. Shout a little louder next time, will you? 2 outs.
Okay. Johnson was fortunate that this ball came back to him so sharply. Even with the late start, Hinske might have reached, but the ball bounced back off the back wall or the backstop real hard.
Let's see if Dan can work the count a little bit. 2 strikeouts and a pop-up on his 0 for 3 day.
You know what he wants to do, and I'm talking about Dan. You know he'd like to get one out of here and give the team the lead going to the 9th. But to do that, you got to get a good pitch to drive. And he laid off that first slider.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Fastball there at 93. That's just about the top end for him. He's 92, 93, 94 most days. Some good sinking action and that slider.
On the appeal, no swing. 3 balls and a strike.
Shrink your strike zone here. You've got a pitch to play with. Look for a pitch in a certain area, and if you get it, hit it to Gwinnett. If you don't, you're still going to see another pitch.
A 2-out walk. Freddie's 1 for 3. Padres outfield drifts back a couple of steps, trying to cut off balls in the gap. Let's see what Freeman does with Ugla at first.
Talking about sending Conrad last inning with 2 out and Schaefer up, but he didn't move. I'd still take a chance here. A lot easier to score on a single than it is a double. We've seen Johnson throw today, and he picked off Alex Gonzalez in a bunt situation. But he's only 3 out of 26 in stolen bases, catching base stealers.
Lined over third. 2-out hit. And 2 are aboard for Alex.
Target away, pitch away, running away from Freddie Freeman. Great job here hitting because he didn't try to pull it. If he tries to pull that pitch running away from him, he probably hits it right off the end of the bat back to the pitcher, or just a weak ground ball somewhere. But great display of hitting going the other way on a pitch away from him.
The pitcher's spot is next. And look who stands in the on-deck circle. So Adams doesn't want to face Chipper. Let's see if Alex can do some damage. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 game.
Braves just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position today.
World of options for Adams now. Count 0-2.
Yeah, you'd figure him to go even a little bit farther away from Alex to see if he'll chase.
Inning over. Braves have left 8 men. They're 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position and thus are tied at 2. Pitching staffs, 2 good bullpens, matching each other pitch for pitch. And the Braves hope that Johnny Vetters can answer the AT&T call to the bullpen and shut him down in the 9th.
Vetters last worked on the 28th, and he worked 2 innings that night, gave up 4 hits but no runs. And when you look at his recent log of games, 4 of the last 5 outings have been 2-inning stints. But he's had a couple of days rest and should be ready to go tonight or this afternoon.
This is game number 55 for the Braves. Vetters has pitched now in 30 of them. In fact, the Braves have 3 of the top 5 men among pitching leaders in appearances. Venters leads the league with 30. Kimbrel is 3rd with 28, as is Eric O'Flaherty. Brad Hopp with a sinking line drive into center. Leads off the ninth successfully. His first base hit in 4 tries today.
That was a knuckleball. Jordan Schaefer got a good break on it, but then the ball just nosedived into the grass, and that's the first hit by any member of the Padres team against Johnny Venters. They were collective 0 for 14 before that.
So let's see how San Diego plays it. They get another shot up the middle. Chase Headley has 2 on and nobody out.
9-game hitting streak for Chase Headley. He got a fastball that didn't sink. It tailed a little bit, but it was up in the zone and right back where it came from.
Venters has allowed 6 hits now in his last 2+ innings. After a long stretch of, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 straight hitless appearances out of the bullpen. And if there is a sidebar to all these close games that the Braves play, it's that you're in your bullpen an awful lot. 1 or 2 run games with a lead or down a run, guys like Venters and O'Flaherty and Kimbrel are going to see a lot of action. We hope that they'll have enough left in the tank in September.
T. Cody's going to get some advice here from longtime veteran Len Forsythe.
Yeah.
Logan Forsythe, who offered him a bit of advice here on this bunting.
Well, I'm sure they have cable down at their AAA affiliate, so I've seen Venters pitch a lot. T. Cody 1 for 3 today. There's the bunt. And it's a beauty. Hop to third, Headley to second on a perfect sacrifice.
His perfect execution, bunting it toward the third baseman, make him field it. Only play to first base, and the Padres in good shape here. Second and third, 1 out.
Braves will take the bat out of the hands of Forsythe, load the bases with 1 out, and go after the Padres catcher Johnson.
Johnson's base hit back in the 7th inning. That seeing eye grounder snapped a streak of 1 for 21 for him. He's been called back. Now a guy that the Braves are certainly familiar with stepping up to pinch hit.
That's Jorge Cantu. So Cantu knows the Braves, but Freddie Gonzalez knows Cantu. He managed him, and now Roger McDowell out for a talk.
Cantu 0 for 1 against him in his career. And he is a great mistake hitter. You hang a slider or leave one of those sinkers up in the zone, he'll pick on it and hit it right back into center field.
Cantu was 3 for 9 against the Braves in their series at Petco. Lifetime Cantu, a .257 hitter against Braves pitching. Padres have him loaded with 1 out in the 9th.
Cantu looked like he tried to go down and get under one of those good sinkers. That was 95. He knows what Venters is trying to do to him. He wants a ground ball. He wants a double play. And Cantu looked like he was just trying to get right down there with that sinker.
Freeman coming home for one. And a first. Double play. Bases doesn't score, the other team often does. If Atlanta can do it in the ninth, they'll win this game.
Well, I kind of like the fact that the Braves turned a home to first double play in Pittsburgh and won in extra innings. Today they could do it in the ninth. Now, it looked like McCann had dragged his foot off the bag to take that throw, but we slowed that down on our Toyota play of the game. And it looked like at the point that Brian caught the ball, his toe was still on the plate.
A couple of changes for San Diego. We've got a new batter. Chad Qualls will come on for his 27th appearance out of the Padres pen. And Phillips is the new catcher. He takes over for Johnson. Kyle Phillips. And Venters will be taken down for a pinch hitter. One inning stint for Johnny. That means Chipper Jones will lead things off.
Chipper 1 for 5 in his career against Qualls with a homer.
0-1.
He's been around a long time. Just recently with Arizona.
Chipper had the game-winning hit against the Reds the other night in extra innings. Now faces a 1-1 count.
That leadoff man on. Braves got the leadoff double from McCann in the 6th, but couldn't get him around. Take another shot at that. Gonzalez likes to turn the ball over, sinking action. Looks like that's where they're going to try to go again.
Popped up. Gonzalez battling the sun. Glasses down, makes the play. 1 out. Joe Mather bats. Joe's first at bat was a pop out to the third baseman in the 7th inning.
Braves 30-24. 8 of the wins have been last at bat wins. Into left. And Jordan Schaefer will hit with 2 outs. Braves have played 7 extra inning games in the last 18 played. And that wears your staff out. You don't have to play a 19-inning game to have that happen. If you're playing that many extra inning games and having to use guys that much, it'll wear you down.
One ball, no strikes to Schaefer. Jordan on base 2 more times today. A single, he has walked. Three straight out of the zone, sets it up for Schaefer. And a 4-pitch walk.
That's something. Made all those pitches, not all those, but in that at bat to Chipper made some good pitches, forced him to put the ball in play, and with 2 outs to a guy that he hasn't even seen before, he can't get it over.
Martin has scored both Braves runs today. He has doubled in 4 trips. And the outfield for the Padres very deep with 2 out.
Said it about Conrad in the 7th, said it about Ugla in the 8th. I'll say it about Jordan Schaefer in the 9th. Go.
He did. Pitch out. Throw short hops, and Jordan is out. What a play at short by Gonzalez to hang in. He handled the short hop, applied the tag, and Freddie Gonzalez is out to argue. Jerky all season long. Jack Link's Beef Jerky, feed your wild side.
Jordan Schaefer looks safe here because the short hop forces Gonzalez to raise his glove up. He's got to come up to catch that ball, and in doing so, he allows Schaefer's arm to get under the glove, and by the time he brings the glove down, Jordan's already on the bag. Brian Gorman missed that one big time.
So the AT&T call to the bullpen will feature left-hander George Sherrill. Braves in their 8th extra inning game now in the last 18 played. Chipper Jones will remain in defensively. He'll play third. Martin Prado moves from third back to left. Eric Hinske goes from left back to right. And Phillips will go to work for San Diego first at the plate in the 10th inning.
Four for 29 since he was called up, a 138 average.
Phillips was originally signed by the Minnesota Twins, then a minor league free agent who went to Milwaukee. In 2007, Toronto took him in the minor league free agent draft. And the Padres got him last year, and he just hit a home run. First home run. His first major league home run, and San Diego takes a 3-2 lead.
He took a fastball at only 88 miles an hour right down the middle, and then it's like he was just sitting on a curveball, and he waited on it and got it, and it was up in his eyes, inner third. 3-2 Padres.
Remember Jason Phillips?
Yes.
That's his brother. Brother Kyle's first big league home run gives San Diego the lead. And a fan threw that baseball back onto the field of play, and the Padres are trying to get that home run ball back. And the ball boy down the right field line has come up with that baseball. Patterson pops it up behind the screen, foul, strike two.
They're trying to explain to the ball boy he wants to trade, and they made the trade. And for George Sherrill, he'd only given up one run this whole month.
And Patterson down on strikes for the first out.
And Heath Bell beginning to loosen up for the Padres, their closer.
Well, again, we talked about missed opportunities for the Braves bats in this game. They had two on with one out in the second, had a runner picked off. A 6th inning leadoff double for Brian McCann, couldn't push him across. Had two runners on in the 7th inning, couldn't get anybody home. Two on in the 8th.
And a missed call in the bottom of the 9th on the stolen base.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike to Alberto Gonzalez.
Finish this inning off, get the heart of your order up in the bottom half, see if you can make something happen.
Chipper at third makes the play in fair ground.
Just into the game, and a bit of a knuckler to him.
Ball one high to outfielder Ryan Ludwig, who's got a single in 4 trips. Both the Braves and Padres have modest 2-game win streaks on the line today.
Braves won 5 out of 7. They're going to have to put on some rally caps in the bottom of the 10th inning against Heath Bell.
Three games would match the longest win streak of the year for the Padres. Won 3 in a row, May 14th, 15th, and 16th. Up the middle. Late break. Ugla off balance throw. Had no chance to get Ludwig. And an infield hit for Ryan. Keeps the inning alive for Hop.
Hey, what? Ludwig's got a magic wand today. Drove in a run in the first inning with that little chopper to third base that Patterson did such a good job of base running on. Then he dropped in a flare for an RBI hit in the third inning on a broken bat single, and then this one. Can't say enough about the approach that Phillips had when he went up there looking for a breaking ball from the get-go on Sherrill and connecting when he got one. Got one inner half too, though. It stayed up.
Sherrill strikes out Hop. But Kyle Phillips hits his first major league home run, leading off the inning. And the Padres lead 3-2 in the 10th. Here in the 10th, he has been state-of-the-art. One of the game's elite closers has let only one slip through his grasp. But he's got a tough 10th inning. The Braves have Prado, McCann, and Hinsky due in a one-run game.
If he's got a little chink in the armor, it's first batters faced. They've reached 7 out of 21 times. So if you can get that leadoff man on, Prado certainly knows how to work that. Then you got a shot to maybe at least tie it up and keep it going.
Bell saved 47 games last year, second most in the history of the Padre franchise, behind Trevor Hoffman's 53 in a season back in 1998. And Bell, a milestone save a couple of weeks ago, his 100th on May 14th against the Rockies. Only one man has scored for the Braves today, and he's the man in the batter's box. Martin Prado starts off the 10th.
Throws hard, has a good slider. Slider's his best pitch, really. His fastball, low 90s, certainly nothing to sneeze at, but he's got an excellent slider.
Good eye, 2 balls and a strike. Bell was up and down in the big leagues for the first time with the Mets back in 2004. Then went to San Diego in 2007. Has won 6 games in each of the last 4 years. 42 saves, 47 last year, and as we mentioned, 12 already this year.
His changeup, he does have a split finger pitch that he uses as a changeup. Might see it right here.
That went straight to the Braves dugout. Everybody all right?
Went in one entrance and came out another. Guys hurt, don't need any more. My Brian McCann's way over there by the entrance to the dugout.
Good at bat so far. Full count now for Prado.
And Martin knows how to do this, leading off and needing to get on base. And now he's worked himself back to a count where he should get a pitch to hit. What that was, but it was a fortunate circumstance for Bell that he pulled it foul, like it was a breaking ball that was up in his eyes. Yeah, boy.
Little pop into center. 1 out. McCann has a 3-for-4 day. He's driven in both Braves runs.
2 for 5 with a double against Heath Bell in his career. shift is on for him. It's another good sign that a hitter's going good like Brian is that they just take pitches the right way. You know, they're not check swings. They're not kind of out of balance, out on their front foot. They are staying back, following the pitch, and ho-hum, ball one.
Mile-an-hour fastball evens the count, and a ball and a strike.
Patience, boy, he's seeing the ball so well out of his hand, and just great patience from McCann. Tough pitch to lay off there.
High fly to left. That's playable. Eric Hinske and the Braves down to the final out.
Brian got a fastball. It was in on him a little bit. You mentioned the 95. I think that one was 94 from Bell. Didn't quite get around on it. Watch Brian's reaction after he popped it up. Just under it a little bit.
Hinske chased Ludwig back to the edge of the wall in the third inning. He's 0 for 4 on the day. Down a strike in the 10th. Down the left field line, but slicing into the seats.
This guy's got a lot of Rod Beck influence, doesn't he? I mean, the way he takes the sign, lets his kind of like stretches his right arm out, has it dangling down there like Beck used to do.
Bell's got a full beard, not just a Fu Manchu, though, like the shooter, Rod Beck. But one strike away from nailing it down for the Padres. Hinske tries to keep it alive with a 1-2 count. And cannot. That's your ball game. 30th game decided by 2 runs or less for the Braves this year. And this one in extra innings goes to the San Diego Padres as Kyle Phillips hits his first Major League home run to decide the affair. 3-2.